Hey, I am back. This is Clark Garrison. We're running a little behind, but I wanted to make sure we got all that information in, and I'm sure you enjoyed it. I certainly did. Thank you, ladies, for hanging out with us. My next guest is to a FAMU like moi, who's, by the way, FAMU, people don't know, Florida A&M University is FAMU, Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, to be exact. This gentleman who has gone to establish his name in the industry by creating Panther Protection Services, a full-service protection agency. He's an author, firearms and combatives instructor, personal protection specialist, and contributing editor to a number of print, broadcast, and online media. Technical advisor to film and music videos worldwide. Please welcome to the show the one and only Mr. Mark James in the building. Brother Mark, welcome to the show, man.
What's going on, Rattler?
Oh, it's always a pleasure to see FAMUans worldwide doing what they do, which is achievement. And I am biased, by the way. So, Brother James, listen, first up, what is a full-service protection agency, and what do you do?
We basically we provide a number of services. We do primarily threat avoidance, risk mitigation. We do bodyguard work, which is what most people think about when they think about protective services. We teach you how to become your own first line of defense, whether it's firearms training or combatives training, teaching you how to protect yourself. Focus a lot on situational awareness, whether it's with business executives, business travelers, or just a mom and dad who wants to take care of their family. We help them in all aspects of protection. That's all we do. Our business is protection. We don't sell pizzas in the daytime and try to protect people at night. We don't work at clubs and try to protect people at night. We don't do law enforcement and try to protect people at night. All we do is keep people safe. That's why I said we're a full-service bodyguard organization. That's what we do. That's our business, is risk mitigation.
Hey, everyone, real easy. If you've got a question for Mr. James coming up, all you got to do is dial the number 917-932-1078. Hit the number 1 button, and I will see your hand raised. There are so many areas we could cover, and I already know I'm going to have you come back a few times to talk about each and every one of them. But tonight we're going to focus on 2 main topics. The first being how women can defend themselves from domestic abuse and violence. First of all, Mr. James, how prevalent is this in the U.S. currently?
It's incredibly prevalent. It's incredibly prevalent. And if you think about it before we get to a full-grown, mature woman, 1 in 5 women will be sexually assaulted during college. 18% of women will be raped in the course of their lifetime. 64% of all female homicides, ladies are killed by people they know, be it a family member or an intimate partner. And if you think about black females, they're even more at risk. Black females are 4 times more likely to be killed by a boyfriend or a girlfriend than a white female. They're 2 times more likely to be killed by a spouse than a white female. So when we say, is it rampant? Absolutely. If you're over the age of 35, I guarantee you know someone who's been a victim of domestic violence. And if you're under the age of 35, if you're under the age of 25, usually ladies don't call it domestic violence at that point. They say, my boyfriend slapped me or my boyfriend hit me. But all that is just an early warning sign of more violence to come.
Wow. Now, let's switch. Let's kind of go into, if you would, sir, covering some of the do's and don'ts, some strategies and some techniques that you kind of talk about in your classes and show women on how they can defend themselves both, I guess, verbally as well as physically.
Yeah. Well,
just take us through that any way that you see fit.
Well, the number one thing I say is stay aware, staying in the moment. Robert De Niro in the movie Ronin had a line which always rings in my mind. He said, if you have any doubt, there is no doubt. If it feels uncomfortable to you, it is uncomfortable. You think about sometimes when an elevator door opens up. You see someone in the elevator, they make you uncomfortable, but because we're afraid to offend somebody, what do? We get on the elevator, we let the door close, we're in a soundproof box, no ability to escape, but we take that ride anyway. There is not an animal on this continent that would move into a situation where they were cornered and they knew they had an opportunity to get away. But we do that over and over and over and over and over and over again. So the biggest thing you can teach people is learning to stay aware and staying in the moment. If you look at the Secret Service, the reason they're so successful in keeping the president safe is not because they shoot better than everybody else or they can fight. It's because they don't put the president in harm's way. And when they see something that makes them uncomfortable, they leave. They don't sit there and say, how can I beat the brakes off somebody? They said, this situation doesn't look good, let me leave. So the first thing I tell ladies is, if you're on a date and something doesn't feel right, don't be afraid to call a girlfriend to pick you up. Don't be afraid to take a taxi home. Don't be afraid to call a male friend to take you home. Don't be afraid to just stay at the restaurant until somebody you know can come pick you up. So if it feels uncomfortable, it is uncomfortable.